Hey everybody, alright, in this episode, let's discuss High School Musical, the series, Season 1. I am going to review Season 1. So, basically, I want to set the table a little bit about, my mindset going into this series. I really didn't love the movies. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think I was maybe too old, or it wasn't my generation. I don't know. I just didn't really care for the original movies. I always thought the songs were super catchy in those films. I liked the music. Didn't care for the films. So Disney announces this series based on those films. And again, I didn't care. I was indifferent because I didn't like the movies that much. So why would I care about the series, right? Okay, so then they started to drop trailers for this show, and I was like, okay, actually, you know what? This looks pretty good. I'm going to give it a chance when I get Disney Plus. And boy, am I glad I did. Boy, am I glad I did. I absolutely loved High School Musical, the series. I loved this show. Okay, I want to start off with the cast. First and foremost, Olivia Rodrigo hits a home run in this show. She is a phenomenal young lady in terms, her acting in this is great. Now, she started off with the Disney Channel in that show Bassett, and that show really didn't let her shine because I feel like those Disney Channel sitcoms, they're so sugary and scripted. They don't feel like real people even in those shows, right? It's just so fake and scripted. In this show, she's able to be a real teenager and have a real personality, and she's authentic. She is phenomenal. Guys, I'm calling it right now. Olivia Rodrigo is going to be a huge star going forward. We're going to see her in all kinds of movies and shows. She is really, really talented, and I absolutely loved her in High School Musical, the series. Another standout in the cast, well, there's a lot of them, but her co-star, Joshua Bassett, who plays Ricky, her love interest in the show, he was phenomenal. I haven't seen him in anything, absolutely nothing. So, this is my first time ever seeing him act, and I thought he did a great job. Again, just like Olivia, super authentic, felt genuine, felt real. Now, I want to say something here. When you watch interviews of all these kids, like on Good Morning America or whatever it is, MTV, they're friends in real life. You can tell they're all very close in real life, and I think that made a huge difference in how they interact in the show, right? Because, look, they're friends in real life, so when they have to pretend and act to be friends in the show, it's not that much of a stretch. So the relationships and the friendships all seem so genuine in the show, so authentic. And I think that's the beauty of this show, is that you feel like you're watching a real group of friends here. It's not overly scripted, it's not overly sugary like the Disney Channel sitcoms. They're like real people, and it's genuine because you know what? They're actually friends in real life, and it shows. Okay, the dynamic between all these kids was really, really fun to watch. I absolutely loved it, and they all knocked it out of the park. It's like here's my review for season 1, and I'm trying before I started filming, I was trying to think okay, what are some negative things about this show that I can say? And I really don't have that much negative stuff to say. It's a really, really fun show, and throughout the entire show, you see each character really grow and progress and evolve as a person. Right? When episode 1, the kids you see in episode 1 are very different really than the ones you see in episode 10 in the finale. Okay, because they've all grown as people. They've all gone through so much in those 10 episodes, and you followed them on this journey, and you really become attached to these characters. Okay, it's a great show, and you know what? It makes me sad because I think a lot of people are sleeping on the show thinking it's another Disney Channel style sitcom with super scripted, overly sugary, fake dialogue. You guys, if you haven't seen High School Musical, the series, do yourself a favor and watch it. It's nothing like the garbage you see on the Disney Channel. It's a well-directed, well-acted, emotional, very emotional show. And I fell in love with it. I absolutely fell in love with it. And look, you know what? If you would have told me 6 months ago, one of your favorite shows is going to be High School Musical, I would have said you were crazy. There was no way that this show was going to be one of my favorites. You know what? It is. It is one of my favorites. And I'm going to say something else. If you wanted to compare The Mandalorian and the High School Musical, the series, just as shows, I think I would prefer High School Musical. I loved what The Mandalorian added to the Star Wars universe overall in a broad sense. But if you're going to compare the shows just as the shows, I think I had a better time watching High School Musical. And I feel like I know these characters in High School Musical more than I know the characters in The Mandalorian even. And I'm a huge Star Wars nerd. You guys know me. I make videos on Star Wars all the time. I love Star Wars. I'm probably going to lose a lot of my Star Wars credibility here with a lot of fans, but I got to be real with you. I just got to be honest with you and say that, like, yeah, I enjoyed this show more. And I grew to like these characters more. It was a phenomenal show. If you haven't seen it, watch it. It's a lot of fun. I had a complete and total blast with it. But have you guys seen High School Musical, the series, season 1? What are your thoughts on it? Did you love it? Did you like it? Did you hate it? If you hated it, let me know below. Why did you hate it? I loved it. I can't wait for season 2. It was so fun for me. I love this show. But thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And just remember, we're all in this together.